Taurus, just in time for your Taurus September 2020 tarot reading and forecast. It's great to see you. Great to see the subscribers as well. Always good to see you. Thank you for stopping by again. And of course, I've read for some of you, haven't I, during the course of the last month, privately. And if you would like to have a private reading, just check out the information which is in the description box below, and you can see how easy it is for that to happen. Now, this deck developer has provided a card for you, Taurus. So we'll have a look at that when we get into the reading and just look at the artwork on it. This is an independent deck which is no longer in print. It's very sought after, apparently, and it has tremendous energy. I use it to very good effect with private clients, so you now have that opportunity as well. There's the King of Wands. There's the Ace of Cups. See, quite staggeringly beautiful strength. Staggeringly beautiful artwork on this, I think. The Eight of Coins. Really very interesting. I think that this is going to be a good month for Taurus in September. So let's have a look at the final card for you. I'll pull it from in here. And here we have Justice. Justice indeed. Well, why don't you come down, sit down next to me. You can have a good close look at these beautiful cards while I do the reading for you. Now, I said that this deck the artist has developed cards for each of the zodiac signs, and here is the one that has been painted for you. That is Taurus, of course. Now, Taurus is the body, the cow, the lover. All she needs is food, another body to lean against, and lying around in the sun. The sign of Venus in her nighttime aspect, she rules sensuality and pleasure. But she also knows what it is that she values, how to express it, and how to get what she wants. I think, look, I'm getting a message from this for you, and then I'll put the card away. And it is that you must think about what it is that makes you feel good. Think through your body. Look for how your work or life can bring more pleasure, more love, more warmth into your life. Let the little blissed out cow tell you what you need to do. All right, my little blissed out cow, you can go over here for now, because I might deal with, you've got two major arcana down here, so I might deal with the major arcana first. And let's see what there is. Strength. Okay. Let's have a look. Is that in focus? Yes. Well, the daughter of the flaming sword, here she is. Strength. Well, strength is potency. It is the ability to meet what is difficult and to act in alignment with your values. When you speak from truth and are in alignment with that truth, others are going to feel it. Your presence will become big like a mountain, and other people will sense your solidity and integrity. Now, I think that much of the attention in this card is brought by this lion in the middle here. Well, this, of course, is very much a Leo energy here, which is talking about creativity and itself a time when you might be in the limelight of something. I think it's also talking here. Now, she's sitting, the woman has the lion on her lap, really, and what I see is that I'm getting the idea of being centered, of being and remaining very still. Being centered is a powerful place from which you can act. Action is in alignment with your inner core, and that exudes a sense of strength and integrity, just as, well, this image really does to me. It's very clean, isn't it? It's very simple. There's nothing complicated about it whatsoever. I think that this is an invitation to you to get in touch with your strength. It may be strength on any or a combination of levels: animal strength, physical strength, mental, emotional, or spiritual strength. Is there a particular area where strength is needed right now? Are there places in your life where you feel off-center? Where are you in alignment with core values, and where are you not? Where do you need to speak your truth or act with strength and courage? I think that this is also a call to you to look at your relationship to your body and how easily, gracefully, and fully you inhabit it. You might start by looking at messages you received about being in a body. Has it seemed dangerous or naughty to be in your body with its sensuality? How do you experience being embodied? Are there ways you cut off the energy and power in your body, or do you use it as a base for supporting a sense of confidence? I think that this is a good time for you to take up new physical activities, particularly ones that focus on moving from the core. These can include things like dance or expressive movements, martial arts even, yoga, and, what's the stuff that the women do? Pilates. Although meditative body and mind centering techniques are good, I think you also want to find out what it is like to move from this center. When your sense of this has grown strong, you recognize it, not just in the body, but in all of your activities. Now, this card, of course, is Leo, ruled by the sun. And it brings about a multi-dimensional creativity, I think, for you. Talents, strength, integration of your animalistic energies. I think it's also asking you to challenge conventional views on what a spiritual path should look like. And it's certainly saying that you are not going to be punished by God, because God has no moral issues about your love life or what your thoughts, fantasies, and practices are, provided they're legal, of course. Guilt and self-inflicted punishment are wrong in this area. And it could also relate to you having a passion for a particular situation, engaging with life to the fullest, being comfortable with your sexuality in particular, and accepting that your carnal desires are what they are, and you rejoice in them. But, of course, don't let them throw your life out of balance. It could well also augur for a passionate relationship with an emotional or sexual intensity here. It can also mean doing something because you just really love doing it, and without giving it any other thought than that. If you are ready to accept all which you find in yourself, you will be able to move through everything with deep sensitivity, awareness, love, and understanding. Now, what areas of your life would you like to live out more fully? What has prevented you from doing so in the past? Are you ready to deal with this anew? Have this thought in mind. I enjoy expressing my energy, vitality, and enthusiasm in all that I am experiencing. I am a person of character and strength. I have unlimited creative resources to tap into and express. I enjoy living to the utmost. Okay, let's have a look at this other major arcana, which is this. This card is Justice. It's another card with really elegant simplicity to it in the art, I think. Okay. I think that this is really all about, for you, restoring the cosmic order. This has also been called adjustment in some decks, sometimes balance. And all of these things, as well as justice, have a related meaning. It is about universal law working to bring things back into balance or harmony. Now, on the societal level, this may take the form of redress for past injury, On the soul level, it is what you often refer to as the law of karma. It is justice, not in a precise tit-for-tat way, but in a larger way that only the spiritual eye can see. Now, whenever you become seriously out of balance, some rectifying force is called in. The body, nature, society, the psyche, all have their ways of trying to restore balance. Many of the symptoms that manifest in the body, for example, are an attempt to balance a system that has become severely stressed. Just as the body must sometimes go to great lengths to restore balance, so must the earth, the psyche, and every living system. And whatever quality of energy you invest in an action, well, eventually it comes back to you. That's karma. Generosity, love, fear, constriction, greed, it all comes back. There is one way to look at karma. Karma is simply natural law. You reap what you sow. You will have heard of that, I'm sure. Now, looked at this way, karma is not so much punitive as it is coaching and educational. Life mirrors you back to what you are creating so that you can make course corrections. And I guess we need these corrections when we are not seeing the impact of our choices. We must see what we have set into motion. When our awareness is refined enough to be aware of this in the moment, the learning can proceed without so many mistakes. I think something is being worked out and coming back into balance for you during this period. And if this process is in any way unpleasant, well, it helps if you can understand why things need to happen this way and how they are the inevitable consequence of the situation. Rather than resist what's happening, try to see what you are learning from it. I think this is a good time for you to examine your life and see what is coming back to you. You can look at what your energy field is supporting and what you want it to support. This is also a good time to cultivate awareness on a sort of a systems level and look at how your actions do or do not support the larger harmony. Ultimately, the fruits of right living are found in your consciousness and your life. Living in balance leads to more peace, more flow, more joy. Things unfold with less effort and more grace, and life gets better. The other thing I'll mention about this is that it is Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. And Libra, of course, is often symbolized by this thing. So we really are getting this real sense of justice, balance, adjustment, suspension of action pending decisions. The possibility of lawsuits around here, I think. Yeah, it could well be the possibility of lawsuits, and taking stock of your life to see what is useful and what should be let go. Think clearly about your life ahead, and be aware that all actions, as I say, have consequences. I think you are going about getting a clear vision of possibilities and choices which are ahead of you, and applying the insights that you have gained so far so that you can have a balanced life. And have this thought in mind: I am balanced and centered. I honor my word. I value being truthful in difficult situations. The abundance of nature and the beauty of nature is a reflection of my own nature. I am at rest in my own center. Well, let's have a look at this dramatic scene coming up here. What's this got to say for us? Hello, King of Wands. Do you know, I have a lot of Sagittarius and Scorpio around this card, so I think these people are going to be important to you. This man is the Lord of Flame and Lightning, the King of the Spirits of Fire. I think he's a man who is active, generous, very impetuous sometimes, quite proud. Swiftness is what I see about him, and he can have quite unpredictable action, fierceness. Could also be a woman, of course, because these court cards are interchangeable as to gender. Now, I think what this is also saying is there could be startling or revolutionary qualities contained in the events that are going around you at the moment, but you should remain cool, collected, resolute, and energetic, and be careful of the actions that you take. Don't do anything that hasn't been well thought out, but go forward with a clear confidence in your ability. This is talking about energy and ambition, adventure, determined. I think you'll be very charming and magnetic during this period, and you will be very hard to resist. You'll have enormous attraction to other people. I think that this is calling upon you to find your vitality and to trust your gut instinct. Maybe let your hair down somewhat. Give yourself a pep talk and believe that you can do it. Now, it's possible that there could be some travel around here. Maybe a change of job around here, or the addition of responsibilities in relation to a job. I see creative ideas being brought into action, and of you having, I'm pleased to say, and it's coming on from this card here, I think, the courage of your convictions going forward. I think it's also saying that to me that there's something coming up which is going to require you to have really sudden, strong action necessary to be taken. And you will need a virtuous goal to be focused on, I think. Be awake and ready for people or situations which could produce dynamic changes in your consciousness. Be grateful for this gift from existence. Receive it, and don't cling to it, though. Does your present situation allow your energies to develop and unfold fully? And if not, what must you remove or change? Seek out situations and opportunities that challenge you, and engage them with all of your energy. I have this thought in mind, and it is this, that every challenge which arises helps me grow, every storm strengthens my roots. It sure does for you, Taurus. You are a rock. Now, I'll deal with this. This is the 8 of Coins. Is that in focus? Is it in focus? That's it. Look, the real energy that I'm getting around this for you, given its position here, is that I think that there's a requirement for you to demonstrate a skillful perseverance. Now, many people muscle their way through things, ignoring everything but the goal. Now, although this may work in the short term, the costs can be very high and a lot of collateral damage. And when you do this, you can lose touch with your body, your emotional needs, the needs and feelings of other people, your environment, and the very fabric of your being. Even the short-term result can end up being skewed, for the action doesn't grow out of wholeness, but rather out of fragmentation. You must learn how to keep going in a way that is gentle and has more balance. Now, this 8 here, this 8 is a number of stability, and skillful perseverance is keeping to the course in a balanced and skillful way. Now, this requires you to exercise pacing and sensitivity so that you can stay aware and take care of yourself while working hard at something. It's important not to override signals of imbalance, though. This doesn't necessarily mean that you stop every time you get uncomfortable, but rather that you learn to discriminate when you need to make a course correction and when you need to endure a little discomfort. You learn when to push forward and when to back off. I think fitness training, in a sense, is a good example. If you push too hard, you get injuries, yet if you don't push hard enough, you don't build strength. I think you should maybe reflect upon how you meet long-term or difficult tasks. Do you put blinders on and go for broke, or do you bribe yourself with major treats? Can you stay responsive to yourself and to the larger situation along the way? Can you keep going when it gets boring or uncomfortable? See what your pattern is, then ask yourself how you can become more skillful in staying with these challenges. Yeah, because this card, is really the Lord of Prudence. It's the sun ruling the first decan of Virgo, the 23rd of August to the 2nd of September. Now, the number 8 here, that has mystically for me an association with the planet of Mercury. Mercury rules the number 8. And Mercury is also the planet of, and is exalted in Virgo. So you had the sun ruling Virgo in the card. So this is really favorable. And here the sun energizes Virgo's hard work and attention to detail. Now, sometimes I have to say that sometimes there is a strength in actually doing nothing at all. Sow the seed and sit back and wait for the harvest. I think you might be cautious about something or taking a calculated risk. I think you're going to be quite careful with money during this period. And you may be considering learning or education or upskilling yourself. I think you also need to exercise some sort of physical caution at the moment. And also do pay attention to details. It's about also not overextending yourself or underextending yourself, but being in the sweet spot where you can really get the most out of everything. I really think that what it is also saying is that you need time and patience to develop something. Don't rush it as it's a long-term thing, and be prepared to bide your time and let it come to fruition. But it is encouraging you to keep doing what you're doing, as it is eventually going to lead to success. Sure, it requires a lot of dedication, focus, and patience. And what is your pattern? But as time passes, you will get closer to your goal. It may not be apparent to you now, but events are unfolding in the background here, which are going to bring you closer to your destination. That which is coming into flower in you is of exquisite beauty and delicacy. Provide for it the protection and nourishment it needs. You don't need to force anything. Everything unfolds at the proper time. Are you giving yourself the protection and nourishment you need now for your development? Say to yourself, I relax and I trust life. Well, that takes us finally to this, doesn't it? And here's another card with just such wonderful simplicity associated with it. Beautiful, beautiful. There's that blue there, which is... Look, I get a lot of Sagittarius around here. I get a lot of Libra. And I get a lot of Scorpio. I think those people are going to be important to you during this period. This is the ace. It is the potential of the suit, which is to do with the emotions. It can sometimes be referred to as a one. Well, ones represent a sense of wholeness and perfection. And the Ace of Cups, I think, reflects this on the emotional plane. Now, we use this card to reflect the state of consciousness related to being inside the womb. It represents that merged state in which our needs are automatically met and we are completely nurtured, although development requires that we emerge from this non-dual consciousness and learn to take care of ourselves. We can periodically dissolve back into this state of primordial union. It is a state of rest and satisfaction, an oceanic state graphically represented here. with like this ocean beside it. I think what we can say is that when this is appearing in the position that it's in, it is representing an invitation for you to return to that primordial state of unity in a sense. See if you can create a retreat space, even if it is only for an hour, where you can completely let go and feel the support of the larger universe. You may feel pulled to spend time in or around water, be it in your bathtub or the ocean. This card here, this energy reflects either the need for or the possibility of dissolving into oneness. It is also very much representing the existence of love in its purest sense, of abundance. Now, it can relate to a new relationship coming here, which could be romantic, or it may be platonic, or it could be business, or what have you. But relationships are just interactions between people. Emotional balance is available to be used for you and by you and drawn upon by you for, I think, at least the next 6 months. This is the Lord of the root of power of water. And it's talking about overflowing love and emotional clarity, a deep love of the self, of giving and of receiving. So there's nothing wrong with receiving. Now, this cup of unconditional love is being offered to you. Will you drink from it? Now, it's a good opportunity, as I say here, for new relationships, and very good opportunity here for new romance. Now, it can indicate a birth. This card represents unconditional love, so we should give and forgive unconditionally to get inner peace. You now are in contact with all-embracing love. It fills you, and you can pass it on generously, lavishly to others. What is your way of expressing love? Let this image work on you for a while. Just let it work on you for a while. And feel yourself as an open channel for the divine energy. Have this thought in mind, and it is this, that all-encompassing love fills me and my environment. Well, Taurus, what a particularly interesting set of cards for you. Fantastic month. Well done, Taurus. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, there you go. September 2020, another month and a step closer to the end of the calendar year. Let's all keep our spirits up, shall we, during this time. I think there's some aggravation yet to happen, but you are going to be fine according to that reading, and that's the most important thing. And in any event, I want you until next month to remember one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.